Behind the cape. It's been a really long time since I've seen Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
But
No, yeah,
people
it's
are.
been at least 10 years, I think.
I was gonna say it's been a
They
while.
don't even really show it on network television anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's probably where I would mostly see it.
Facts, but people are keeping it alive through really slutty Halloween costumes. For what it's worth, at least Jessica Rabbit is still.
Yeah, I was about to say Jessica Rabbit has a chokehold on the game right
Facts.
now.
Really
Like
does.
she got I think I seen Cardi B, I seen Lotto. Wasn't
Chloe?
Chloe Bailey. She
Mhm.
also was in it. I'm like, God, y'all ain't peep, y'all ain't hit the group chat like, hey, I'm gonna be Jessica Rabbit.
Well, I think Chloe was
year.
last year, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, no.
Oh shit,
Couple
what's
people
up,
this year.
Maze Madman? Appreciate the view, appreciate the chat.
Maze Madman when Chillmonger says OH.
Nah, yeah, that's nuts. Maze, I need you to handle that. If he come back with that energy, but
Well, Chillmonger's just saying it's a troll, but yeah, big
hey,
OH,
hey, trolls,
big OH in the chat.
Trolls get dots too. We big bop boop the trolls too. You know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about that.
Big OH is in the chat. You feel me?
Anywho,
We did our
we're
big one
talking
yesterday.
about movie and media
All right.
news
All
right now. Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway,
Leave Michigan football where it is right now.
well, yeah, Michigan. I don't know nothing about that, but we did our big one. Anyway, Roger Rabbit 2 had a very good script according to the writer of it.
What was it? Robert Zemeckis?
Zemeckis?
Yeah. The first writer director of Roger Rabbit.
But it likely won't happen because Disney would likely not market due to Jessica Rabbit.
So the first thing he said is that they would not make a Roger Rabbit today. Like they couldn't make the Roger Rabbit film they made back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And make that today. This Disney wouldn't do it. And that I guess Jessica Rabbit has a lot to do with it. Again, I agree, but I'm still disappointed because number one, I feel like something like Roger Rabbit is exactly what Disney needs. Like they need an off pitch. They need a curveball. They need something like that to kind of offset the mundanity of what's failing for them right now.
Oh, sure.
Like, people have gotten used to their superhero products failing. They've gotten used to Star Wars failing. They've gotten used to Disney Pixar being very wishy-washy. I would think something like a Roger Rabbit would be a jolt to the system.
What a better way to do that than to nostalgia bomb everybody.
Exactly.
In that way.
And with that, it wouldn't even need to be so much of a nostalgia bomb. There's been so much time in between the last movie and now that you can go brand new story for this. As long as you have Roger Rabbit and Jessica, you can do virtually anything. Like there's really nothing you can't do under the Disney universe. And think about you have so much more you can add to it now.
Yeah.
So back then it was just the cartoons that we were hopping into the toon world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you can have Roger Rabbit go to Lucasfilm. You can have Roger Rabbit go to the MCU. You can have Roger Rabbit go mess around in Pixar where he could only mess around with the damn Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse before. You know what I mean? Like
there's much more.
It's so much more expansive of what he could be. It's just kind of disappointing to hear, man. I would like to see another Roger
Especially
Rabbit.
if they have a very good story as he claims.
I wonder if it has anything to do, obviously, with Jessica and her the physical nature of what she looks like.
You could fix that.
You know how you solve it? You cast a real person.
Yeah.
With Jessica Rabbit. Then what? You gonna woman shame the body because she voluptuous too? It's already weird that like it's anti-woman to have a voluptuous woman as a cartoon.
Right.
That's weird enough. But then would you shame it if it was a real person too? It seems like that whatever the hang up is with Jessica and Roger Rabbit, it feels like it would be easy to get around. I don't know what the thing
Who
is
would be
there.
real life Jessica Rabbit?
Actor wise,
Knowing how Hollywood casts today, it'd be Margot Robbie.
I would say Margot Robbie would be up for it.
Even though she's not
Gail.
as voluptuous.
Ooh. Got the perfect one. Anybody watch Succession? Have you watched Succession yet?
I've seen a season.
Shiv. I feel like same skin tone,
Yeah.
natural hair color, body shape is very obvious. Shiv from Succession, Jessica Rabbit.
I'd have to see it. I see what you mean, but I'd have to actually see it.
It's perfect casting.
Sydney Sweeney. Yep.
Sydney Sweeney could
That
do
I
it.
could easily see.
I tried not to say her name just because it's very, very repurposed. She's everyone. It's kind of like Margot Robbie. She would kind of automatically get a phone call.
Christina Hendricks or Bryce Dallas Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard could play Jessica Rabbit, absolutely. I think she would actually do the best job, to be honest with you, as an actor.
Chillmonger said Justina Valentine from Wild 'N Out.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Hell no.
No, that's hilarious. All right, Regina Hall and her production company RH Negative signed a first look deal with MGM.
No, that's dope. I like
Very
that.
dope.
I like what MGM has going on right now. The only thing I don't like is the pricing out that they're doing with some of the more popular content. Listen, especially when you're just starting out, like I think Peacock kind of battled with this a bit too. It really doesn't suit you to try and squeeze every dollar out of your customers if you're a studio that the new MGM cutout is, right? You're not very big. You don't have a lot of titles. When people come into that catalog, they're not going to see a lot. They may pick one or two shows that they're going to watch at that time and then bounce to something else. Mm-hmm. So if I'm already paying you for Prime, do not want to pay again for MGM on top of that.
Absolutely not.
Like the one reason why I hadn't watched From up until when we restarted it again was because Epix is who owned From before MGM got it. Mm-hmm. Epix was trying to make you pay to watch it, even though you already had Prime, right? And it was like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll just wait until I can pirate it or see it for free on somebody else's site, right? And so that's what happened. They opened it back up. The ratings went through the roof. Mm-hmm. They seen people were streaming it, and now they're putting it back behind another wall. Listen, okay, I think the same thing's going to happen. People are going to fall off with From because it did get approved for 2 more seasons. Mm-hmm. People are going to fall off again because they don't want to pay you twice for the same content. Mm-hmm. Because once I pay you for MGM Plus, all right, great. What now? Like, what now? What is going to suffice that $4.99 a month or whatever it is? I think it's a $2 add-on if you already have Prime, mm-hmm. or it's like $4 by itself.
Yeah, Hulu got some going on too.
Why? Even for the $2 a month, just for this show? So you mean for 8 weeks, you want me to pay? That didn't even make sense because I could literally pay for it for a month, $2, and cut it off.
Right.
What would be the point of even having the MGM Plus?
There isn't.
After that, there's really no point.
You would think that they would hear the loud cries from the consumer in the case of, look, we're paying too much for streaming as is. We've got so many different apps. We might as well go back to cable. You think they would see that.
If MGM wants to hoard that dollar that much, then take From off of Amazon and sell it yourself. It's like they want to be able to reap the benefit of the very large customer base that Amazon provides, but then they're not going to expose their product to everyone in Amazon. Just only those willing to pay for it. Well, if that's the case, then MGM Plus should be its own thing outside of Amazon. Like, you shouldn't be... I don't know. It feels like they're trying to double dip.
You're not buying all this content just to make people pay more and more and more for it when clearly they're not willing to.
And then also, you're already licensing it out to Amazon, right? So that's how you're making the money back right there, is licensing it back to Amazon. Why the hell do I need to give you $2 a month?
That's greed.
Like, what are you doing? Greed. No, absolutely not. No, fuck no.
We could probably squeeze an extra $2 out of the consumer as well.
Yeah, no. So how do we get on this?
Regina Hall.
Regina Hall. But now, with all that being said, I am very hopeful for whatever Regina Hall has coming out next with MGM Plus and Amazon. Let's see how it goes. You know, I maybe they look back and see how the viewership of From has kind of roller coastered, and they come up with a different plan. Maybe you can just buy early access to the episodes, and then it comes out on Amazon at a certain point. But the idea that I need to pay you for a show that's getting ready to go into its 5th season after this, Like, come on, I can't even watch season 1 for free.
Nope.
And they're doing that on multiple platforms too. It's not just Amazon. They're doing it on Spectrum, on the cable platforms. I assume wherever else From is popping up on that is licensed to from MGM. That's what they're doing. You're gonna have to pay an upgrade fee.
Well, now you can pay for Regina Hall's projects as well.
Yeah, I guess.
Eddie Murphy is set to play George Clinton in his biopic, which will be directed by the Dreamgirls director. I can see it.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see it.
I remember when I found out Eddie Murphy can actually sing. And then
okay, Party All the Time?
Yeah, Party All the Time. And then I seen Dreamgirls, and I was like, damn, Eddie Murphy can really sing. Mm-hmm. So now Eddie Murphy playing George Clinton, where he's not actually going to have to, vocalize as much. He's going to have to, it'll be a little bit more acting than him having to sing.
I can see it, like and I think he has a voice that's similar.
I like everything about this casting. I think we're in for a hell of a biopic.
I agree.
Hell of a biopic. I can just imagine the soundtrack, and coming from the same director, right? I think we're in for a smash. I think we're in for a banger.
Very great cinematography, very colorful. Disco funk era. Soundtrack crazy. And I feel like the stories George Clinton has, crazy. Insane.
She was a freak.
Definitely thought you were going to sing Party All the Time like that.
Yeah. She was a freak.
I was waiting for a Party All the Time appearance, but no.
Yeah. Nah, George Clinton gets him going.
That's crazy.
It wasn't me. Yeah, it was a freak.
Where was all this energy when he was a part of the Bruno Mars Anderson .Paak?
Who's that? George Clinton?
Yeah.
Bam.
You didn't have that same energy.
That was extortion. That was extortion. The label made Bruno Mars do that shit. Anderson was too high to notice what was going on. All of that shit was extortion.
He was too high to know what was going on?
Yes. Yeah.
He was definitely... They were both high on coke the entire time. But that's how you get the great music.
I think Anderson showed up high. They said, hey, we about to put you in this group. He said, cool. They recorded a record, and then he disappeared. Because what have we heard from that group since that album came out?
Nothing.
Nothing.
But I need my R&B artist on coke. That's how you get the great music.
Have heard, though? So that album came out. They rushed that group together. The album came out. And then immediately, Bruno Mars got shipped off to some residency where he has to pay off a $50 million debt.
He did that to himself.
I'm telling you, that shit is connected. This whole shit is extortion. Probably. They working that man to death.
I see that.
They working that man to the ground.
Yeah.
Now, if we can just all get that level of understanding that that's what's happening to Drake, then I think we will all, understand the music.
I never understood why Kendrick said what he said about Party Next Door, because I need him on coke too to make great R&B music.
No, Drake's just gonna take it.
He's playing with his nose, but he's making the good music. No.
The best Party Next Door songs are in Drake's discography. And he's not gonna let him have a hit.
He was on coke to make those. Drake's not gonna do the coke. Drake is afraid of coke.
Man,
I'm just saying. Shout out to Professor Film Fan. Silk Sonic knocked that album out the park. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It was a great album.
The coke was flowing.
Where have they been? Where did they go?
I got nothing for you. We need another Silk Sonic album. Facts. All right.
Talk about leave the door open. Leave the door open for a return album. Come through the door.
That's funny. All right. Game of Thrones movie in the works.
Ooh. Okay. All right, chat.
I wouldn't be excited.
Yeah. Well, he can't be excited because he hasn't watched Game of Thrones. For those of us who have, though, let's theorize, right? Because there hasn't been a writer or director cast yet. There's no talk on what this movie could be about.
It's gonna be a Daenerys prequel.
Yeah, see, somebody floated something about Daenerys that doesn't even make sense. A Daenerys prequel doesn't make sense. We literally saw Daenerys.
It's gonna be a Jon Snow
start
prequel.
To finish. Anyways, shut up. That's called Game of Thrones. Here's what I want to see. I want to see Aegon's conquest, his original conquest over Westeros. I want to see Valerian the Dread burn Harrenhal to the ground. I want to see Visenya Targaryen take the little boy from the veil up into the clouds and then back down to stop a war because the veil is impenetrable and there was nothing that they could do with them dragons to beat them. I want to see these age-old stories that literally all Game of Thrones lore has been built on. That's what I want to see. People said Rob's Rebellion, and I get that.
says that right now.
I get Rob's Rebellion, but they've already fucked that up. Literally, we already know where that ends. That story ends with old Brand wooden chair sitting in the Iron Throne, which is disgusting. So I don't think I want to revisit that no more. I would much rather go to a different time period. Now, even if we can go forward, you know what I'm saying? We can go forward in the Game of Thrones lore as well. That's always a possibility. You know, we got a lot of unfinished books, so we could do whatever. If I had to pick, I'd say Aegon's Conquest.
Did they make the show or series or whatever about the black family with the white hair? They didn't do that, right?
What's up?
They canceled that or something?
Do it again.
Black family with the white hair?
Black family with the white hair. Oh, no, that's the Valerians.
Oh, okay.
It's the Valerians. You talking about Chorus.
Yeah, I remember they were going to work on something like that. But
there was going to be a Sea Snake series that was going to be following him and his background. Which, come on, man. We have not touched anything old Valeria. Nothing. So, like, it's not even a race swap for that to be a race of black people in Westeros. First of all, the fact that there isn't an area on the earth that black people populate already in Westeros has already been a thing that's kind of been in my ass. But he's an old British white guy, and we don't really got to push him too far into anything else. Just let him do what he wants to do. I'll take his content for what it is. It's kind of like Tim Burton, right?
Yeah.
You're never going to see a black person of prominence doing anything of meaning in a Tim Burton movie. Just let it go. You know, just let it go and enjoy it for what it is and toss it back to where you got it from when you're done with it.
We should have got Beetlejuice as Beetlejuice.
We should have got what now?
The little short Beetlejuice dude.
Stop. Okay, stop.
Beetlejuice too. He should have got a cameo.
But that's kind of how I think about George and Black. Now, in the later parts of Song of Ice and Fire, right, with how he helped along with that song, I mean, with that part of the TV show, and what he's shown here early on with, you know, how he approved of Corus being who he is in the House of Dragons, maybe that's slowly pushing him towards something. Maybe, I don't know. Kind of an old guy. It's kind of late in the game for that. But, you know, the closest thing that we've gotten to any melanated people being in Westeros is Dorne, and that's just literally like Middle East. That's like Persia. so his focus can't go but 4,000 or 5,000 miles outside of what would be British Columbia.
Any further west than the Middle East?
Or as far south as, you know, the river that meets the end of his Caucasus land.
Oh,
because everything that's beyond the big sea is unknown. That's what Arya went to go explore. Arya went to go find the black people.
They fuck around and find some Africans, they'll get conquered real quick.
Arya went to go find the black people. It's crazy.
A historian has come out and decided to call Gladiator 2 total Hollywood bullshit. Bro. From what I saw, because of a rhino breed and because there was a scene including a newspaper.
Oh, no. Let's get it right.
A cafe.
Let's get it right. Let's give it its dumbass just due. Let's see. Why is Gladiator 2 total bullshit? Gladiator 2. Not the Gladiator series, not the first Gladiator film, but specifically this Gladiator is horseshit. Because...
Gang, I am not watching Gladiator 2 for any of the bullshit you're calling it bullshit.
The rhinos in the Colosseum were not the same breed as what was in the film.
Don't care.
You mean the rhinos that are being filmed in 2023 and 2024 are not the ones that were there in ancient Rome?
I do not care.
What are you even saying to me right now? What are you saying to me? A scene includes a newspaper and cafe, but the printing press would have not have been invented till 1,200 years later. Now, I don't really know if that's even real, if that's a real thing. But fam, again, let's take us through the original Gladiator for a second. Josh, Where is Rome?
In Italy?
How many times did you hear Joaquin Phoenix? Did you hear Russell Crowe? Did you hear anybody in that cast speaking Italian?
Never.
Why is it only bullshit, I wonder, now that it's not historically accurate down to the T when we're talking about Roman gladiators? Why now, I wonder, all of a sudden, we have to be so historically accurate that the species of fucking rhino have to be the same as what they actually were in the Colosseum. And if they're not, then it's bullshit. Is there anything about this project that you can see that was different from the first one that would need this one to be that much more accurate?
No.
No, I do. No Church for the Wild in the goddamn preview, and Denzel Washington's black ass in the cast. Just say what you want to say, bro. Just say what you want to say. I don't want no black people in my Roman theater, in my Roman cosplay, in my Roman reenactments. Are you out of your mind? The rhino species aren't the same.
Who would know that watching this movie?
Fam, what are you talking about? We went a whole movie with people speaking British colonial English. And nobody had a problem. You didn't even throw no subtitles up on the screen. No one had an issue. Not even an accent. Talking like they the kings at court at Camelot. Everybody was fine with it. Nobody had a problem.
I'm not paying my $15 for the rhino accuracy. I don't care.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness.
Insane.
I wish people would just go back to being blatantly racist. Just say the things that you actually mean. I don't like that Denzel Washington is in this movie and they played a rap song in the preview, so I hate it all. So now I'm just going to nitpick at any minuscule thing that probably could be an equal factor to what happened in the first movie, but this one is so much worse because there's it's historically inaccurate. Yeah, my bad. Wrong crowd.
In a newspaper
in a newspaper, fam. I don't.
Bruh. Insane.
I don't know what else to say.
You ready for some good news?
I thought she was from the Summer House, Masande. Maybe not. Yeah. What's the next one up?
We did it. Scary Movie 6.
Oh, yeah.
With the Wayans brothers back on.
So then who is doing this? Who even owns it? Because Miramax is not a thing anymore.
Yeah, I don't have the answer.
Who owns this now? And why did it take you so long? Well, you know what? I think Weinstein Company, I think Miramax did the last one. I think they did Scary Movie 5.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So then, yeah, okay. That's dope. That is dope. See, now that, you know what that was? That was diminishing returns.
Mm-hmm.
Project over project.
Yep.
That was the Wayans brothers also moving correctly in the light of that, letting everything with Weinstein and how he dealt with them and how he tried to lowball them for their project and tried to move on without them, and then everything that happened to him in retrospect of that. So karma's one thing, but also having the maturity to depend on timing. It wasn't the time for them to fight Harvey Weinstein at the time that they probably wanted to. Mm-hmm. But because they were patient, they ended up outlasting Harvey Weinstein, and now they get the last laugh because they're going to make millions of dollars off of the next iteration of Scary Movie 6, and they're going to get paid what they're due up front for it.
Yeah, it takes knowing that the product that you make is excellent, even if it's not that same product. Whatever you go on to do is going to be of extremely great quality, and that's where the patience comes from. They can move on to other projects knowing that they're going to make other good stuff.
No, for sure. And with that being said, there are a few things that I would like to see in Scary Movie 6. Number one, bring back Deborah from the dead. This is not a serious thing at all. You can bring her back. Let's bring her back. I don't think you can do Scary Movie without Brenda.
Brenda, okay, yeah. So we're bringing Regina Hall and Anna Faris back.
Yes. Oh, must. Both of them. Anna Faris, Regina Hall, Deborah. What is Anna Faris' name? Cindy. There you go, Cindy. Cindy, because she was supposed to be Sydney Prescott from Scary Movie.
Cindy, the TV Scream. Is leaking.
Oh, yeah, look, girl, that's just a bag of balls. Would you run from Calissa Fly High? Oh, man.
That jacket is tight, son. Run that shit, nah, I mean. Yeah, they need to come back. It's official.
Yep, let's run it back.
Yes,
run it back,
absolutely.
Man. Shout out to the Wayans brothers.
Facts.